Hi. Well, let me put together a few ideas. I've been thinking about you described your business to me, and I was thinking about it. Here's the things that come to my mind. I thought that you don't want to miss, when you look at this report. And number one, in the first category, all the nonprofits that are there that help small businesses, because what they are doing is really helping entrepreneurs. They're helping entrepreneurs with low income and want to start a business. Now, your product, what you're trying to help entrepreneurs with, sounds like it. And I believe in your product. I don't know well, but I think this is a growth industry. And if it makes it easy, kind of thing, that's sort of very important, I think. And that may be of interest to you, is go through every nonprofit organization and see, because there's a bunch of them, all around the Chicago area, that help entrepreneurs start businesses and expand businesses. And I would contact them, tell them about your products, the way we could work together. You could give a discount to the people that they bring you. Remember, I mean, to me, if you market, nobody knows what marketing is and how much it costs, and it's so expensive. And I think you go out of business faster the more you market, because you don't know what works. So the key into running a business, I believe, is finding out, what really works for you before you spend money. And the way to do that is find free ways to market. And that's what this report is full of, free ways to market. So you don't want to spend money. Any ad salesman will convince you, oh, all you need is $1 million and go put an ad on my website and you'll be a gazillionaire. And that's stupid. I get caught in that all the time. You don't. You want to learn yourself. You want to take it piece by piece and learn how to. So you have to find out where your market is, who they are, how to reach them, that it doesn't cost you money, and whatever. The easiest thing to do is spend money on marketing. The easiest way to go out of business is to spend money on marketing, particularly in the beginning, because you don't know what the hell works, right? So you're going to try. And so you don't want to do that if you want to stay in business. So you look for ways you could do deals, you could share with other people. Hey, every sale I'll give. I mean, like I sell books that way. In a bookstore, they would take half the money, but they brought a customer. I had nothing otherwise, but if they go in and bring a customer, then I give them the money. So maybe there's a way. On the internet, I do that too. I go on websites where I share the revenue, and that's the only way you should deal with. So that way you could learn, and it costs you nothing. You only give out money if you succeed. So there's a whole bunch of these organizations, nonprofits, that you want to use. The other thing I would do is go down into the meetup section. Now, the meetup section and the section on, in meetups, you could go to local meetups of entrepreneurs in the Chicago area. That's how you could learn what are people thinking about, and you have an extra, you have a product for them or something else that they want to sell for free, because a lot of people don't have products. They look for products, though. You have a product, so you're looking for people who maybe do a lot of internet marketing and they know that very well, so they could take your product and do it, and you give them a part of the money. But more importantly, you also learn how about entrepreneurs, because that's your market. You want to know what is in the mind of people who want to start businesses. I mean, you could frame it any way you want, but you got to frame it the way you do it. It's the way you dress up to go out on a date. You're trying to think of, what do they think is the nicest thing? And they have accelerators where you live too, and in the state. And these are places where entrepreneurs come and figure out their businesses. So there's something to get involved in. Now, down here, too, I have a section on crowdfunding failure. I think that's very important, because you could take your business plan or whatever and run a crowdfunding site. I show you how to do it just for $15, and just to try it, because even if it fails, you win. Watch the video there. It's very important. It shows you how I've talked to I've interviewed 700, 800 people, that have used crowdfunding and other things like that to start their businesses, and how they made more money when they failed at crowdfunding than if they won it at crowdfunding. So that, I think, is very important to understand. And gosh, I have a video there. Actually, I'll put in a link to how women are more successful at crowdfunding than men. Now, this is at the end of your report. I'll put it in so you can download it. And because, see, if women go out and get money for their business, they're going to go to venture capitalists. That's the way most people get their money. But 95% of venture capital money goes to men, because 95% of venture capitalists are men. Duh. But on crowdfunding, half the people who invest in crowdfunding sites are women. So that's why women, who have programs, crowdfunding, are getting up to twice as much money as men. Man, talk about equal pay. They're getting twice as much. So it's a great opportunity because it's not the old school stuff. That's what's so neat about, crowdfunding, these other sources, that it's not old traditional crap where all these men are running everything already. They don't want to share. It's natural. Hey, I don't give you. They think they all worked very hard to get this. Actually, I just saw a recent study recently of doctors, of orthopedic surgeons who are like the richest doctors of all the professions. They make over like $450,000 a year, and 50% of them believe they're paid unfairly. They're making after almost half $500,000 a year, and they think they're getting screwed. Who could say? When you have all the marbles, you just want more. Right? So I hope that helps. I'll be here, and whatever. Best of luck to you. Okay, wait. I got another idea. Actually, after I finished the other part of this video, I was upstairs exercising and rowing, and I thought of something. Now, here's what's something interesting, because what you're doing is really creating job opportunities for people. They call it micro-entrepreneuring or things like that. And there's grants for that. And that's through the Community Development Block Grant. So here for Cicero, I put down a link about those programs and where to get more information about them, because that money goes to people, organizations in the community, which you could be one of, that help solve problems in the community. And that comes under the Department of Housing and Urban Development kind of stuff. That's why you never think of looking there. But that's where this money goes to. So this may be an interesting way. And if it requires a nonprofit, maybe you could work with a current nonprofit that is already getting those grants to show people how they could generate self-income from something like this. So that you'll see it. I have it over here. Investigate the possibility of using your product to help people who are out of work. And that's what the government's trying to do. So maybe you could help them do that in one way or another. Okay? Sorry to be forgetful. And I also put a link in here so you can download that book about women entrepreneurs being more successful at crowdfunding than men. Oh, those guys haven't learned it yet. Thanks.